Hi there, signs of Gemini. This is Kim, and this is your May 2026 is the monthly read. I've already got these cards out. And by the way, I'm Kim, and we're pulling in your spirit guides and your angels to get messages that are always for your highest good. And I just felt like looking up what date was important to you, or that's for this year specifically. The moon representing changes, mystery, intuition. I see it combined with Mercury as mysterious signs, signals, messages. And then I realized I have that peridot crystal with the green candle, and peridot just happened to be my birthstone. So August is an important month, and to confirm it, I brought out the pendulum and also asked, and it went to August. So there's something here about a moon, maybe it's the moon phase or something with the moon phases that's bringing in a really big event for for August. Okay, we're just clearing the energy right now, by the way. We're just clearing the energy. Or important communication coming in from someone. But it can be also, it can be spirit that's bringing you communication too. So, let's see. It's some sort of big, I want to know what the big change is. And it is for your month, but like I said, for some reason they're wanting to get the message to you about August. Can you tell me more about the communication coming in for May for Geminis? Oh, and I hope you guys are doing well. I just kind of was already immersed in your reading before, so... Okay, there's going to be a communication coming in. It's kind of, oh, they're saying it's hidden. It's hidden signs, signals, messages. They're hidden. They're meaning the messages are coming from the energy of the moon and the dark nebula. And I'm not going by guidebook here to interpret this. I'm going completely from my intuition with that card. To me, it's saying that there's going to be messages and signals in things like nature, in seeing an animal spirit several times, or maybe you see one outside and then it also pops up on your phone. It's just like, I don't know, 1 week out of May, you might see something that you don't normally see, or it keeps repeating. There can be messages within dreams. They're not, with that dark nebula, I just get the feeling like your messages are going to come in, but it's not going to be obvious. You're going to have to, really reflect back on things that are happening in your day, at night, maybe even starting a dream journal so you can write down especially different colors, or themes, just writing down your dreams. So communicate, and something's going to connect, straight to your heart here with that emerald, and on that. So it's just like heartfelt communication, but it's not. Yeah, it's not going to be apparent. Okay, parallel universes. Well, that's a big one. That's a big one. And really the main message with parallel universes is talking about the power of your choice. But depending on what you're diving into this month coming up, you could be really researching on, how do I get lined up with the frequency or the vibration of the timeline that I want, and choose it. And so this can be about you. What it is you finding the frequency, and how to get there. And how to get there is going to be kind of different for a lot of you some people can get into a, say if you're wanting to change a timeline or line up with a different universe, another parallel universe. And remember, they're all really just words, right? Some people can take a hike or go biking, and something they haven't done for a while, but something that doing something that they see in the lifetime or the timeline that they want to line up with, that can put you on that. I know it sounds pretty, that sounds obvious, but it's to get you in the same energy or frequency. So you can start practicing the things that you see yourself doing on another timeline, just to get into that energy. You can do anything to relax your body and your mind. Remember, it's like intuition and these abilities here with consciousness, awareness, and your energy centers. When you're all tightened up, it's like your intuition is the water running through a hose and it's got a kink. So you want to be doing something that you're completely relaxed, and that can get you into that right state where you would be able to connect with the you that's already doing what you're wanting to do, that's already living the life that you want to live. So there's many different ways that you can connect to that energy, and that you can call it manifesting, but really it's just like it's your choice. It's your dimension of choice is how I see it. Choosing your dimension of choice. Okay, so there may be some weird like synchronicities kind of telling you, hey, yeah, let's line up with something different. Right? Geocentric model, parsec, binary star, collapse, telescope. So the telescope is like what you would need to do when we're zooming in on our own intuition, or that universe that is inside of you when you're zooming in. I have the black hole, geocentric model, parsec, collapse, and binary star. Okay, so they're telling me that there's some sort of version of events that you've experienced here recently that's coming up to look at, and it's something that would have kind of hurt us or wounded our, I don't mean this in a bad way, but like wounded our ego. You know, the one that had expectations that if I put this much energy into this project or even this person, then surely I'm going to receive, you know, what I feel like I'm going to receive, right? And something happened, and it didn't work. Whether it was all this energy where you put it all into a business and something didn't work right. And okay, so they're saying to give yourself space for one thing with parsec, space for a pause until you get into a new flow state. The issue of collapse is here, so I think whatever it was, it has less to do with like the energy you were putting into it. I mean, unless you feel like you are in the energy of trying to force something. If you feel like that you overdid it, but it was more of, I'm doing what I feel like is going to get a certain outcome. There's something here, though, with collapse that I feel like it's the outside economy, changing of systems. But they're saying kind of like don't despair. Don't get too down on yourself. Don't allow yourself to get too hurt about something that didn't work out. even in a relationship. The hurt part comes from I allowed myself to get into the energy of the black hole where no light escapes, right? Because we're putting it all into that, everything. So when that happens and something doesn't work out after we have put our all into something, then yeah, it can be like, it can be hurtful. It can be a blow to our self-esteem in some way. But they're not wanting you to get hung up on that, because they are wanting you to be in this frequency here, or vibration, where you're lined up with what is a match, the right match for you. Binary star. Two stars that are on the same path. And in a metaphorical sense, it's like we have the same goals in mind, values, or we're going the same place, you know. If it's a business, you know, it could be a partnership where them working with you is just as beneficial as you working with them. And so no matter if it's talking about relationship or business, there's going to be something learned from putting all that you had into something that that I don't know, they're saying like just be careful about what you invest so much into, because of trusting your intuition about those unseen things that you can pick up on. So I would think there's going to be signs or messages that say, hey, this is not working out, or something is hidden, or they're going to be letting you know what's going on so that you can make the choice to get lined up with something that's better for you. So it's kind of what, I mean, if it is talking about August, then it's definitely like, we're healing a lot in this time frame. So let's pull the Kipperish deck. And let's see, let's see about the getting to the highest timeline, please, for Gemini, which is definitely going to be different for different people. To your soul, your highest timeline might be you going through something, because that's what it came here to experience. So we don't plan to know or you know, act to know it all, but if I can get what the highest timeline is for the people watching, the viewers, that would be great, Spirit. Wow. That's too many. That's just way too many. Let's just try to do one or two at a time, please. Unexpected money coming in for your, I believe that would probably be related to your highest timeline, right? So you should expect unexpected money coming in, and protection. You are protected. And your chakras. I definitely have somebody here meditating and working on clearing their chakras and balancing themselves. Knowing that they're like, when you're going within like this, you are completely protected. And wow. I just see somebody that's focused on their own vibration and being, and that protectedness pulling in unexpected money just because of the energy. It's going to be like a result, a consequence. Because when you're focused on everything flowing right within yourself, and you focus on how protected you are, that is a form of abundance, right? So is the air. So, I mean, there's many things to be focused on that allow you to appreciate abundance. That's the way to bring in abundance in different forms too. I have kind of the, wow. Yeah, it is abundance, isn't it? I have this is like an emperor energy. The mature man, I kind of look at him as the emperor. So being in charge here, I don't know, very abundant. Some kind of actions that you are going to be guided to take that will gently, and I think the action that you're guided to take is through your intuition and your inner self. And that's the action that's going to effortlessly bring abundance your way. Too much. Just one or two, please. Divinity and entity attachment. Oh, goodness. You might know somebody that has an entity attachment. Yeah, you may know someone that has an entity attachment. I see protection here with divinity, right? But the entity attachment can be any kind of problems. Okay, so entity attachments can cause ill health. Thinking where you think it's your thoughts, but it might be something else, and it's not thinking good, it's thinking negative. Energies that try to delay things, to increase self-doubt. Entities that possibly are more like, instead of demonic, could be actual, like what we would call ghosts here. The types of spirits that have still got an attachment to something on earth and can feel it through you, such as drinking alcohol or smoking, and so these things are, they might be even harmless, but they see you do something that they had liked to do, and they're gonna try to get attached through that. They will leave when you stop, because they're not there to necessarily hurt you. They're just there to get that feeling. So, to use a body to do that. For this place, right? So, I do see you being very protected, but I think you need to just be careful. Just watch out when it comes to stuff like that. When it's when you feel, if you feel like, oh, I'm opening a portal to something, or if something negative happens just every single time, then it might be an entity attachment, and you are protected though from it, and most of the time your free will can keep these things away. Sometimes there are stronger beings, and you need to call in, your higher self, with Archangel Michael, with your spirit team, with Jesus or Mother Mary, or whoever. There's some things that are very, very strong, but yeah. So that's kind of what I'm getting with that, and I'm getting that you're really good at divinity. Also, if you are around another person who just acts like a total different person from time to time, like a person that would be aggressive or lash out, and some of the things they say doesn't make sense, or you think it might be related to them having taken something, it might even be an entity attachment doing all kinds of things. Oh, the Jezebel. Yeah, oh. That would be okay. So we usually look at the Jezebel as being a person, and this could be somebody that you know. Could be that an older individual, maybe a family member who has somebody that has the Jezebel spirit in them, and they use, promiscuity or their sexual nature. They overdo it sexually because they have the Jezebel spirit in them, right? So I think that spirit could run through man or woman. I think otherwise it could be known as like incubus or succubus. Third party. situation, third-party situation. That probably will not be everybody's message. Like I said, this goes 0 to 100 for people, but could be third-party, more than 3 people having to do really anything. It looks like awakening to a third-party thing, or some situation here where somebody else is involved trying to manipulate someone with their sexuality or tempt. So this is an awakening to that. Surprise. Hello. So I have ancestors on the bottom, which again, protection, protected, guided messages. So it's like a surprise awakening, but a surprise person that they send to you, wanting to get to know you, wanting to reach out. So you might meet somebody new here in May too. That can even be somebody at work who tries to use their sexuality to like advance or get more money or something like that. That has happened before, you know, hundreds of years. So I usually look at this person as like the nice person, you know, the person that wants to just say hello, just kind of get to know who you are, introduce themselves. So maybe that's the communication. So that's the Kipper-ish deck. Now let's just use the Kipper deck. See what it's saying. Sudden wealth, 11777, which is a lucky number or jackpot. Yeah, you figure out the vibration, you figure out the frequency to move out of poverty, or to move now, or to anything where you need it or you were in lacking. You're turning it around. And the energy that you're getting into is this is not, I'm working at my own business for 20 years and I finally see it to no, this is like, I finally got the vibration right. Now all I have to do is exist. And it comes to me. And that's what your journey is going to be about. I think something major happens in August too. All right. So that's what I have for you, Gemini, for your reading. Let's go ahead and pull these for your closing cards. The 108 Oracle. I just take the resonating messages, you know. If something doesn't resonate, okay. It's all right. It's for a group. It's for a collective. But if it feels good to you, then it's your message. Definitely having a journey. So ending of some sort. This card, it means that something is going to end and bring a complete change of state. So, yeah, like something ends and nothing will ever be the same. And I think this is in a good way because it says change of state. And you could be in the process of dismantling something where there was a lot of other involvement here or conflict. Yeah, it could have been long, confusing, a spiritual quest to figure out how to just go ahead and get paid to exist. Like that could have been the spiritual quest for you. Knowing that you can do it if you want to. It does say it's lost, delayed, or complex. But this has been your spiritual quest. Now it's time. Wow. Oh, you have a lot of messages about money here, Gemini. You have the wheel of karma, dharma, destined, inevitable, cause and effect, divine intervention, luck and fortune, rise and fall. And then you have the yacht card, like with all of that money. Yacht is adventure, affluence, luxury, mobility, travel, great ease, smooth sailing, sophisticated, with the wind, self-indulgent, prosperity, comfort, wealth, over the top, and extravagant. And I would say your ancestors are definitely trying to help you get there. Yeah, through the veil, trying to help you get there. All right, that's what I have. If you're interested in a private reading, information is in the description box below. They are pre-recorded videos, just to let you know. And there should be a note section at checkout where you put what you would like to ask from the reading. Thank you all so much for your support thus far. And I appreciate you. Sending you love and light. Bye.